edition. This sounds very vile.
Hey, Val, you want to get your own mic, or we're doing it from?
Oh, you forgot. Where do I hook up?
How long is your cord? How long is your cord though?
Yeah, it's
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see, because how far would you have to be for me for it to be like good? You know what I'm saying? Your phone. Or I think. I mean, if not, it's fine. I mean, it sounds fine. Like we're right.
Why? Would you say we sound good? Sound good?
If anything, I'll just move the mic over here, kind of thing. With both mics.
I don't know. I didn't even. I bought my other mic just in case.
Right.
I
That's so
actually
too.
didn't even know if.
But like. See, because I always want more. I always know how to have set up the long table and shit, but clearly.
Because you could. Oh, we should have done that.
What?
Have it ready with the. I totally forgot about like the video capture, separate audio capture in one. I guess it would make. You know what I mean?
Like, so a different camera on each one, or
no, just the microphones. Like I thought you could add 2 audios on here.
so, but I have no idea how to. That's what I was going for.
I will. Well, we'll walk this for now. We'll
Oh yeah, I'll figure it in the future. Yeah.
Oh wait, who does the intro now?
Bruh.
What's up? Wait.
You're fine. Carry on.
What's up, everybody? This is Bow Chill. But now it's like an awkwardness, because like not awkwardness, but what I was gonna say, my title was probably gonna be like Greatest Chill, because now I'm you. Just joking. If you guys didn't notice or haven't noticed already, this is me in greatest room. I almost said my.
Yeah, it's bestie day, except this time it's Vile.
Sir, it's not Clockwork, because we're gonna figure how to get Clockwork back in the podcast with us.
Due to his schedule.
With his schedule, and as always, we have me, myself, and I, the detective.
This motherfucker.
The greatest gamer over here, which is always the greatest hater. Seems like I think you have to change your thing. No, I'm just kidding. And we got Marmar 7 here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Marlon Morgan, aka Bomber 7, the self-proclaimed Beast King of Chicago. Here joining these two wonderful guys, like it's the Gatorade commercial where Vince Carter was playing against the Velociraptor back in the day. Shout out to those who remember that one. If you know, you know.
What's with these notes?
I mean, whatever. But I mean, I would say Mar, if you want to take, or who wants to, you or Mar want to take up the first subject or whatever note.
Off last time, Mar, do you remember?
Same old BS. I mean, Mars.
No, there was one thing we really I
can always look
back. I think the only thing that's changed since the last time we talked, besides people are starting to wake up to all the BS that's been going on. An eclipse happened that hopefully they correct up at it for a decent duration of time. So then that way, they have an excuse on why they're so horrible at playing games, but
not have an echo. All right, give us a second while we get the headphone situation. Let me look back too, because I know Vile had an idea. Let me look back at the VOD real quick.
Both that you went away for a bit, Mar, and
most popular song on that whole album, and like just destroyed that whole shit. Like he ended up calling out Drake and J. Cole, basically saying, "Hey man, y'all are clicking up, but you guys aren't really nothing. No matter if you team up or not, if you guys want to say that you're a problem, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, the first person shooter was made. I hope you guys come up with 3 switches, like as in like guns and that, because like you're gonna need a lot of ammo to take me out because I'm the actual king here." And then he ended up bringing up the big 3 conversation because J. Cole talked about it in first person shooter. So then Kendrick Lamar basically answered that saying, "Fuck the big 3, it's just big me."
Big me.
And another big reference that I really do like Kendrick Lamar touching on was the fact that Drake likes to compare himself to Michael Jackson because he has almost as many #1 hits as Michael Jackson. So he says like, I'm one away from Michael Jackson, beat it. Like that's like his saying. So
I just realized in the last podcast, didn't I just discuss about how no one will ever be as popular as Michael?
Oh, you did.
So I'm not gonna repeat that statement. It's already from that.
No, the crazy thing is like the way how Kendrick Lamar twisted that around. Like your best stuff is a light pack, and then he let Drake know like, "Hey, Prince outlived Michael Jackson." So
that's facts. Ain't bullshit.
You can sit there and compare yourself to Michael Jackson all you want. I could be Prince. I mean.
You guys sure about that new rap?
I don't know shit, man. You're ugly. I hate. Bro, Mar and Chat and Clockwork have been saying the stupidest shit all day, bro. I'm sick of this shit. Yeah, well, glad that's how you feel. No, the thing, I think it was because we were talking about at the end, we were talking about all games we hate and whatnot. I don't know if there was anything off that, but yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a bitch try. I should have done it way earlier. Whatever our thought was that when Mar was AFK, or he might have just continued it when he came back. We might have brought it up.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, regardless, we still got our subjects and everything.
True.
But I'll like. Is there anything? I mean, you guys saw. There goes Martin. What he was on about. You guys in your rep. That's the beauty. That's what this is for. That's what the people are here for. We can just. That's why it's called a Vibecast, not a podcast. I call it a Vibecast.
Those two like tracks. If J. Cole came out and like did a rebuttal, essentially setting himself up to be on the table and like, hey, you know, if you want to go bar for bar, you know, let's see what you got. And then like a few days after that, he apologizes to Kendrick Lamar saying that, oh, I'm sorry. Like that was
Man.
He apologized? That's very ungangster of him.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, look, bro, I'm gonna take this track and then you apologize for it. Like,
Ungangsta.
For real, this track, double down. They're supposed to double down in these type of situations.
Motherfucker.
When
you know, he said, hey, you know, I didn't mean for that to come out, and then
when I say Ice Spice sucks, but yeah, I have her as my #1 top list on Spotify.
Oh my god.
I'm just joking.
Package.
Here's a package.
Probably. That's what it sounds like.
Interesting. It sound like.
It's called Panda Express.
Oh, even better. See, I offered him too if he wanted to get some pet. Well, now he's gonna have to get boyo food because it's definitely too late for that shit once we're over, which is fine. Man, hopefully they have the combo today because they ran out yesterday. So because the combo's the best one. That's the one I recommend.
Oh, okay.
So he's about to get firsthand some boyo experience.
Yeah, I get to see how Greatest Gamer gets his dough legitly.
Yeah.
Well, not legitly, but it's to see how his day is.
Gonna watch me sweep and shit.
Yeah.
Hold
on. Other than that whole thing that I ended up getting pissed off at, what's been ticking you guys off? Like, what's been grinding your?
Oh man, Greatest is off the headphones right now. But earlier today we were talking about anime, like these beach games or something, where a lot of the community was complaining about the clothing of them, you know. So, but it's I'm trying to think of the Japanese term. What's the Japanese? What game was it? Hold on, let me do some.
What's the Stellar Blade? It was probably.
Which one?
It's probably better.
Yeah.
Wait, we talking about DOA?
Yeah, we're talking about that. He said that because he said, what's the thing that grinds your gears you've been mad at lately? And
really? Wait, that's what pisses you off? Why?
No, remember the YouTube stuff we saw about it?
Oh, there being. Oh, yeah. I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. Did not switch the subject, so we'll postmark that for later.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Mar. We're going to post that because right now Greatest is off the headphones. Unless you want to summon up something in the rap career.
Oh, no, gaming-wise, actually, something new actually happened today. Destiny dropped some new content that they wanted to talk about. Their last big hurrah, essentially, the final shape. Whereas most of the communities, they probably showed off like, okay, like we're giving you guys new enemies to fight, and then a lot of the talk right now is like, oh, now we get to combine our powers. Like in the game of Destiny, I don't know if you know this, but you get like different subclasses. Each subclass has like different powers. So what they're doing now is they're allowing people to combine them using a new subclass called Prismatic. So the Prismatic subclass lets you choose between 3 subclasses that you can combine together and then use them all at the same time. And a lot of people are like, holy shit, I can't even believe they're doing this. This is insane. And like, it's okay. I'm not necessarily too big on it. Like, I get it. You know, you're on your last legs. You know, might as well go for like the big fucking Hail Marys that you could possibly take. And on paper, it sounds like it could be a really cool thing. But as I'm thinking about it, I'm starting to get more and more worried about just how fucked up the meta's going to be. Because I'm a person who likes playing a lot of PvP. Maybe the reason why I did play Destiny for a good while is because I enjoy the PvP. So, with that all being said, now that I'm more in the final legs of playing this game and, you know, getting what little enjoyments that I can get from it, now they're essentially just turning everything on its head. And the idea of being able to combine different subclasses brings questions. Like, I'm pretty sure there'll just be certain classes you confuse because I hope that they're not dumb enough to combine some of those powerful subclasses in the game. But immediately, the first thing I start thinking about is the main class that Bungie's always praised, and that's the hunter class. If you play hunter, you essentially get everything. You have double jumps, you have triple jumps, you have one shots, you have like 5 different ways to neutralize your opponent, even if they're in super. Like it gets really ridiculous. So the idea of being able to combine a lot of those just on that class alone kind of gives them a little too much of like a whole head start.
So I realized the thing that made me mad today about gaming was setting up the PS3 again, dude. Because when I had to log in back to my account, I had to do this thing where it's like you have to type in a different password because the other password won't work. And since it's sort of my fault because I had so many accounts, but still, it should have just deleted the other account and override it somehow type of way. I will expect it to do that, even though, again, it shouldn't have went down that way. But it took way too long for me to play a PS3 game again. And then also, recently, I think Greatest Gamer told me that there's a DLC on the Street Fighter games that cost $100. Did you hear about that? I didn't get to search it up. But that is ridiculous. A DLC costing $100. I feel like that is robbery, and it should be illegal.
So yes, it should be illegal because how the hell are you going to make something cost $100?
That's like
that's literally more than the game itself.
I don't know what it consists of, but if it's just be able to play old characters from the other games, they got to do better than that. You know what I mean?
There's no way in hell you're going to sit there and try to convince the average person who plays games that spending $100
on top of that
is a good thing. Like, there's no way in hell.
And then I was talking to one of my coworkers that plays Destiny a lot, and I didn't realize this about Destiny. I'm pretty sure you already have, but like, so if you are if you did a mission on your old character, right? The new dialogue would say, "Well, remember you fought that war?" They mention you, but then if you didn't fight that, or if you were not in that battle, it would say some other guardian. He told me how mad he was when they didn't mention him because he missed it. He missed it by 1 day or whatever. I thought it was hilarious, and it was because the servers was down too. I didn't even know about that with the dialogue of Destiny. Did you?
Yeah, there's certain things that they change here and there. Like, if you don't play the raids, they'll mention that other guardians have unlocked certain things that happen like after when you beat the raid. And like this isn't anything new. This is kind of commonplace in that game.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious when he was telling me because he was genuinely pissed. I didn't think it was that serious. But
honestly, it isn't. But like, I get why he'd be mad.
But yeah, man.
Shout out to this orange chicken, even though it's trash compared to the actual place that if I was out a little earlier, I'd be able to get it from. But Panda Express, like, it's the spot.
Well, what you
That's
get?
not the worst.
What's on the plate?
I got firecracker shrimp, orange chicken, and fried rice.
All right, first of all, I think that's the name of the podcast. I'm going to call it What's on the Plate. And second thing, I don't know, man. I always get the same thing, and it's definitely not that. I get the chicken fried rice and orange chicken. That's all I get. I double it. You know what I mean? I know it comes with 2 sides. I know in case I ever fill the other sides, I just never do. And I will always accept the my usual order. Oh, and then the crab ragoon. Except I went to Chinatown like last what day was it? The Chinese New Year's, yeah. So it was like in February. You know, real Chinese food, and the egg rolls was not as delicious as the crab ragoon. So I was pretty appreciate that the crab ragoon was more delicious. But I thought it's kind of weird how they messed up.
What spot did you go?
Yeah, you see, I wish I remember the name of it. I might have it on my Snapchat because I took a screenshot of the map.
Yeah, because if you could tell me which place you went to, I could tell you which place you could have gone to. Bro, it's just a couple of places out there that like do like really good crab ragoon, but then there's like one particular spot that I like going to in Chinatown that does amazing egg rolls.
It was called Triple Crown.
Okay, I'm familiar with that place. But yeah, man, like especially if you want authentic Chinese food, like Chinatown is obviously the spot to go to. But like, there's particular places that are over there that when you go over there at like the right time, the food just hits so damn well. Almost to the point where you start looking for a rent around the area because you're like, "Fuck this, man! I don't want to leave."
I will not be able to do that. It sounds like he's on his way back.
Shit, I would, man. Look, no, the best thing about Chinatown in Chicago is the fact that it's just on the way from McCormick Place. So like that's like even more reason to move over there. But being down the street from McCormick Place, man, you didn't have any idea how many events happen over there.
We're talking about Chinese.
Dude,
All right, but anyways,
speaking of events in general, this weekend is fucking nuts, man. I'm honestly hyped for this weekend.
Oh, UFC 300.
like I said,
UFC 300 is about to happen, bro.
Yo, I hope I get to retire at this UFC 300. You know what I mean, bro?
Yo,
I need you to place some
bro,
bets. I need you to predict this to the T.
Although I will say this, if you're not a fan of UFC and you like sexy stuff, Exotica is happening out there in
Wait, no.
in Rosemont. Yeah, Exotica is this weekend. Yes.
You know that event?
Yes. So then you can beat your meat and go beat your homies afterwards. See, look, man.
so that's it's. See, here's my dude. I am way too busy to give a shit about anything that isn't anime, gaming, or like competitive related. And now competition has gotten cucked in games and anime because now I'm a dev. I don't have time to give a fuck.
But Exotica, man, you know who's a big
dude? It is.
Would you do the honors?
It's a gathering. It's a gathering of all the freakiest freaks that you've ever heard of that ever touched the hub, and they go over there and they give out autographs and they do crazy ass shows.
No, I have heard of this. Okay, no, okay. The second you said the autographs, I was like, oh, dude, I've been known about that shit. Never mind.
I wonder.
No, remember the end? They had the like they had to like cancel or something because there's too many entrants or some bullshit like that. I was like, it's like, crazy. Oh my god.
People, the only person who I want to meet there is Violet.
Dude, I don't know shit about porn stars. I mean, I don't get it, but I'm not the target audience, clearly.
I'm just saying, right? Myers, she's into anime.
I mean, I respect it, sure. I mean, the only time I do is like, oh, because when someone talks about her a big name. No, the only time I ever remembered a porn star name without anyone telling me was Alexis Texas, and only because the name was catchy as fuck.
Oh, hell no.
And I thought, like, I didn't know she was a porn star. I was like, oh, that's a catchy. And my friend died because he knew something. Dude, I don't. I ain't never seen her work, and I probably never will. I don't care.
So
who?
Not saying I'll be there. But there.
See, okay, so this was that statement I said earlier was slightly. I don't want to go too long, but the whole thing I put a note on it, so I guess we'll go off on me. And it relates to DOA too, so it's a triple entendre or whatever they want to say it. But I am sick and tired of this Stellar Blade shit. Like this is like, you know, it's that kind of thing. Like the more you talk about it, the more it's gonna get press and shit, and these morons won't get that. And then here's my beef with Stellar Blade. Like, yeah, my whole thing. So here's the thing. Everyone's like, okay, if someone wants to make the character hot, that's fine. I don't care. Like, fan service is fine, whatever. Like, go fuck yourself. You have a beef with it, whatever. But my whole thing is, like, obviously, so I'm with everyone. It's like, okay, you're saying, yeah, these people are being annoying. They're trying to be Puritans and whatever. Beef with it, whatever. Just shut up and move on. To me, I hope this doesn't end up as a 2B scenario. And it's funny because someone said, oh, but it's not like 2B. It's like, dude, they're the same thing. Like, they're both there for fan service. Like, bullshit that 2B isn't made for fan service. Like, dude, it's a robot. Why does it look like a hoe? My whole problem is that people are gonna unironically sit here and say that Stellar Blade's a good game. It's like, dude, that's garbage booty water. Like, it's like those kind of anime that like, oh man, you know, I just want to have this chick that's half naked, whatever, and she's gonna do all these things. Like Cap, to me, Stellar Blade looks like an ass game. Like, I think graphically looks fine. I don't got nothing against the character model. I just think like it looks like a mediocre trash like shovelware game, and it's getting blown out of proportion because people won't shut up about it. Like here's the thing. I have no problem like you're centering Kagura games and like I mentioned, like if you like these, that's fine. I have no beef with that. Like DOA, like the you know, beach volleyball or whatever, or more specifically the fighting game, is like, I don't hate you. I respect it, but don't sit here and tell me they're good games. That's all I asked. I like, no, shut up. DOA plays like ass. Nier is not a deep game. Shut up. And I already seen Stellar Blade. The combat looks like absolute shit. The enemy design looks garbage. And the conversation is, oh, it's a real goal. First of all, that's a model. Like what I want to stress out is the ass is 100% way over exaggerated. And when they take pictures, like, first of all, that's not the same bitch, you racist fucks. And second, it's like, dude, she's Korean. Do you really think they have ass or tits? They're Asian. They don't. That's the rarity. And you really think a bitch with ass and tits is gonna be a video game model? Not even a model, a video game model. Like it's weird how like, but again, and then going up. So that's the first thing is like, no, the base model of the chick, like the height and everything is there, but that chick does not look like her. So people are saying, or like, I hate both sides. I really hate both things. Like, dude, the base model, like her height, her measurements, that's there as a base model, so the rigging is accurate. But the ass is over exaggerated, and that face, dude, that is a porcelain doll. That does not. But here's the thing: the actor, she's cute as hell. So that's what I want to stress is enough is that it's okay to be horny for your games. Don't tell me it's good. It's okay to have pretty girls. You know, but do not sit here and tell me that they're the same thing. Like, no, are they the same height? Yes. That's the only thing they have in common. Outside of that, ass, boob proportions, not even close. And here's the other thing, too. It's okay. It's a video game. They can exaggerate. They know what their target audience is. Can we just establish that? Like, I respect the game for doing what it does, but don't sit here and tell me that shit's good. All of you bitching about it, fuck off. That's it. That is my stance, and I'm so tired of everyone doing these weird circle jerks. It's like, holy shit. Oh, no, only this. Only like, for this. Like when you rant, normally, the hands are chill, but for this one, it's just because, like, that's what it is. So and that's where my, right, can we get that? It's just never sit here and tell me that game is good. That bitch doesn't look like her. Are they close? Sure, but is that her? No. And the rest of you who are bitching, oh, we pretty bitch, they don't know what a real woman looks like. What, you tell me a bit? Like, first of all, that's not exaggerated. Like, it's exaggerated for her, but for any other bitch or a Latinian, oh, bro, that's pale sauce, bro. I've seen bitches that are way thicker than her, and they exist. They're real people.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
You know, so fuck off with that one. Video game model. Also, yo, yeah, what's up, Ozma? We're doing the podcast. And again, and here's the thing. You want to know how I respect it? One of my favorite games, unironically, Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. I haven't played it yet. I don't need to. I have a, like, we established I'm not a porn guy, right? That changes everything.
So DOA.
Like, but like, that's the point. And then you know what? You know why I love DOA over every other one? They are honest about it and they embrace it. They're like, because you know what makes it more immersive? It's not just, oh, this girl. It's a fine girl from every single country. We got a loli. We got this bit. And I don't know why, like, somehow it loops back. Like, I'm immersed. Like, I don't, because here's the reason why I don't like this is like, oh yeah, a bitch this pretty who looks like a porcelain doll and shiny. Oh, she's not wearing armor. She's wearing spandex. Oh yeah, she's gonna save the day. I'm like, no, that's dumb. But you want to do it, that's fine. Like, for me, it's like people who can't watch Harry Potter but would rather watch Lord of the Rings. They want something that makes more sense or is like grounded. And that's fine. Like, to me, I could stand Harry Potter. But when you give me, oh, I'm gonna save the day, plot hole, and fuck it, you know, like, that's what it is for me. To me, someone wearing little to no skimpy armor, it just takes me out of the experience. And no, I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. Like, unless there's a canonical, like, in Metal Gear Solid 5, they kind of did the, oh, she can't wear it because she breathes through her skin. I'm like, that's a dumb excuse, but I'll take it. Because it's the only character that has that, so, you know, it doesn't feel like they're just making, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Like I said, I just don't like it. And we already went to Blair State, but yeah, no, DOA Beach Volleyball is the greatest fan service game, and I'll die on the hill because it's a decent game, and like, homie, like, they hired the best. No, you don't know how they beat the other ones. Like, fuck that Stellar Blade bitch, homie. They hired legit a butt model, like a bitch dedicated to having an ass that's Japanese authentic.
Damn, so they put her in the white room with the little black suit.
No, they hired literal models, not just, oh, like, no, but like, what's your job? To make this very specific body part look insane. You're hired. And he hired one from every motherfucking country, bro. It's like, I need an ass from this one, I need a flat bitch from this one. Like, my homie is cultured as fuck. You ain't touching him.
To be fair, he's the Japanese version of Ludacris. In the part that he gets to hoes in different area codes, so it wasn't really surprising how easy it was for him to actually get models to do that. But on top of that, man has always been ahead of his game. When Ninja Gaiden came out, and like he, you know, obviously, you know, he put Kasumi and like all these other women inside of Ninja Gaiden. Like, hey, I know guys like women, and I like women, so I'm gonna share some of my likes about these women. And later on, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make a game just dedicated to the women that I put this in my game.
And you know what's crazy? They weren't even bad in the game that they were in too. Like
I'm fucking boss.
I mean, like I said, the DOA games are ass, but Ninja Gaiden games solid. And the girls play great. But you want to know? To see, oh, fair enough. Dude, no, they peaked at Ninja Gaiden 3 with the fact with 6-axis, you can move the titties individually. Like, they made a whole commercial for that and everything. It's like, dude, how many copies did they sell just off of that? Like, holy Christ. Genius. Man's ahead of his game, like he said. You know, and that's why, like, everyone talks about the DLC that's like $100, but it's like, when you see how much work they put in, it's like, you're practically saving money compared to porn. You know, I ain't spending that much money for an outfit that looks like a ribbon over the cooch, but power to you guys.
Like, I've never spent a single cent on porn, man. Like, I get all mine $3.99. Yeah.
That's good. And that's why, okay, that's the thing too, the controversy that happened as we were watching, you explained it, right? That they were like, no, that's so stupid. Like, if you get rid of the fan service, then it's like, what's the point? Like, actually, what is the point? Because, dude, it's not a good game, bro. If you sit here and oh man, I play because it's a good game. Shut the hell up, quit lying, or if you're not lying, what is wrong with you? That game plays like ass. Like, I played it, I fairly, even before I knew the whole rumors and everything, and I was like, no, this game plays like shit. It just feels like ass. But yeah, that's my whole thing on that shit, man.
I saw that we're praising the Stellar Blade game, kind of touching back on it. I saw that people played the demo. A lot of people aren't like saying like it's like the best game they've ever played. Like,
oh my god!
Like, okay, it's serviceable. It's nice. It's okay. Like, it's something that I'll probably play once and then like never again.
Right.
But like the main controversy always came by the ugly parents who like really don't know that women can actually be beautiful in real life because they never got out of their parents' basement, so they don't know this themselves. That's where the main argument came from, and then like the whole thing where it's like the radical side and the other side where it's like, look, I'm in love with Asians. Like I got a thing for Asians, all right, and they don't have booties, bro. Like,
See, thank you.
It doesn't come natural for them, bro. Like slender, slim bodies,
cute faces.
Unless you're talking about like some bitch who like raised like a bunch of sumo wrestlers. But other than that, like,
right.
We need to chill out on the whole like. Of course, the model's going to look good. It's a video game. Video game models are supposed to look good because it's appealing to the eye. You don't want to play, unless you like playing the Shrek game, you're not going to play an ugly character on purpose, right?
Well, actually, some Americans, see,
like,
fun fact that the Power World said, like, oh, why did they say, oh, because Americans like to play ugly characters. So outside of the people who are meme and trolling, most people, yeah, they like their characters to look good. But it's Americans that like to make ugly characters for some reason. Man, just look at Street Fighter 6's Battle Hawk and Soul Calibur. Enough proof.
I'm not gonna lie, like my site, because I actually opened up a Second World 2 for shits and giggles. That character is literally all green and like a super like banging body, but it's like a grizzled dude face with like the beard and everything. So I can understand that. But man, like a lot of people just need to like chillax and just like play the game based off of the game. Like I get it. You like ass, everyone likes that. There's agree that the ass looks good. Like it's not like it's ultra realistic. Like if you really want to be like stupid with it, like she's wearing long hair. No one in their right mind is going to fight with their hair all out like that. You're gonna have it in the front, or you're gonna have your hair short. Because if you go into combat with your hair that fucking long, all the way down to like the curve of the bottom part of your ass cheek, it's gonna get pulled.
See, I sometimes I think I'm screaming into an echo and I'm saying like, man, I can't be tripping. So thank you, fuck me, dude. Goddamn.
Hell, you even play this game. Suck her off. Another person with long hair. Like realistically, in the fight, Claude doesn't pull his hair, and I'm mad at him for that. Treat him like the bitch that he is. What the hell are you doing, bro? Like.
Yeah, but hopefully that's enough of one controversy. I know, Mar, you wanted to go off on, what was it, there needs to be something in the samurais and other stuff, because you only went on half of the bullshit that's been getting on your nerves.
All right, I'm not going to run off by saying that. Y'all need to thank him. Because of him, for those who don't know, my biological father actually passed away a couple of weeks ago. It's part of the reason why we ended up not doing much, and of course, these guys are also going through a lot of stuff, too, in their personal life. And, that actually took me down a couple of notches on like the amount of anger and hatred that I have with all of this race baiting and bullshit that's been going on. But this still needs to be touched on.
Yeah.
There's a show called Shogun. In the show, you're in Japan in the feudal era. They're in the height of a Shogun empire. Why are people mad? Because there are no black people in the show.
Where are all the black people?
We're in Japan. Height of the Shogun Empire era. Right? Japan. Like, we're not talking about Japan now, where there's actually a few black people there.
A few.
Like maybe like 1,000.
At best, there might actually be. Have you ever seen the Ultimate Darky? What the Darky? What? Anyway.
Greatest gamer.
I'm upset because like a lot of the race baiting really comes down to everyone feels like they need to insert themselves into certain things and they don't need to. It's not necessary. It's like you don't need to have inclusion in everything. All right, guys. Like I never grew up in a time where I thought to myself, man, I wish Harry Potter was black. I never once watched Lord of the Rings and asked myself, where are all the black people? I never.
That's like going to Dragon Ball Z.
Like, it's like, that's perfect. Every kid in the late 90s and early 2000s watched the shit out of Dragon Ball Z. We were too busy trying to figure out whether or not we had Saiyan blood. We didn't give a fuck about the color of the skin.
Low key got the.
No one said it.
Yeah.
Like, hell, the closest thing we had to, two closest things, I guess you could say, we had to black people was Mr. Popo and fucking Piccolo.
And it's funny because like Piccolo's not even, he's just that black Air Force
Yeah.
energy. But here's the thing, like everybody liked
But,
that
like,
shit.
Yeah, like
Because everyone said, man, Piccolo's a new, man. Like, he's him. Like,
he
I
low key
get it,
is though.
right?
Yeah.
And even then, for being honest, Vegeta's the bigger him because he's a dick. But the point stands. You know, Piccolo just had the vibe.
Yeah, he really did.
I'm not gonna lie, Piccolo has more wins than Vegeta, though.
I mean, yeah.
Like, no. Like, you like really go back to like from Dragon Ball up to the point now. I feel like Piccolo's got way more wins than Vegeta, and it's crazy because they never fit. But I'm trying to go off the tangent here. But let me go back to this. The reason why I'm going back to the Shogun show because this is where we are with this situation. Shogun is a show in Japan in the feudal era, in the height of the Shogun Empire. Black people shouldn't be here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there's a reverse. There's a Uno reverse on this, where there's black people involved, and the stupid crowd complain that the black people in there, that there shouldn't be black people. Well, look, this is what I'm bringing up. So we go from Shogun to Resident Evil 5.
Oh my god, that shit.
Now, mind you, Shogun, no black people. Resident Evil 5, black people in Africa. First of all, they're not black, they're Africans. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Africans don't like being called black people because that's a term only for Americans.
Actually,
Not for Africans.
If
The people in Africans, they like to be called Nigerians. They like to be called, basically wherever they're from, they like to be called that. They don't like to be called black.
and if I might add to my Latinian brothers, they also vouch the same for, you know, my black Mexican brothers and my Jamaican brothers and everybody else from down there. They also agree with that sentiment. They do not identify as black. They identify where they come from. So very thank you for that as well. Continue.
Now, with this being said, a complaint that somebody from IGN had was they should never remake Resident Evil 5 because you play a white man shooting black people.
No way. No way.
Resident Evil 5, there's two characters you play. You play Chris Redfield and a character who derives from the place where you're playing at, named Sheva. She's not white.
Right.
She is considered the main character, and she is not white. For some reason, they forgot about this part and only pinned it as you only play Chris Redfield, and you are the only person who's a white guy, and you're only shooting black people. Now, this is a fallacy, ladies and gentlemen. This is what race baiting is. You try to point something out that isn't really there to cause controversy. Now, Chris Redfield is a character that, if you didn't know, in Raccoon City, which is in the United States, you know, whole situation happened out there. He was a part of it. This is why we're here in the 5th game going after more zombies and shit. Now, my issue with this entire situation is it should be a game that's remade simply just because the co-op itself, the couch co-op is amazing in that game. I don't know if you guys ever played Resident Evil 5. The couch co-op is actually great.
Yeah, with my cousin. It was legit great.
I would love for it to be remade only for the couch co-op. In fact, everything else I can't even care. But anything that retains like a couch co-op experience where you're able to sit, where it's like you and your kids, or you and your buddies, or you and your significant other, you can sit there and play games together. I'm always for that, no matter what.
They better make it.
But when you take an article and you try to turn it into a more, and they do this all the time, where it's like, oh, Japan's so racist. It's like, y'all really don't understand just how universal these Japanese games are. And that goes for all of the games that you guys can play. Oh my god, they don't show Eddie. How come they don't show Eddie? They must be racist.
That was so retarded.
Oh man, even more.
Wait,
Oh man, there's not enough black
Samurai
people in
is
Street Fighter.
is going to cover the history
Oh my
of the
god, the
Sengoku.
only one black person
Exactly.
in Devil May Cry wasn't even a black person. It was actually just a white character in blackface.
Oh my
Are we
God.
retarded?
And here's the thing, right? Like, because chat brought it up, and I wanted to get a chance when he was all good. Like you said, you pick one thing that isn't even there. One thing they said, oh, there should be black people in Japan. What about the Yosuke, the black samurai? First of all, he was a retainer, not a samurai. The samurai was just a nickname. And second, that's later. That's in the Sengoku era. Like, it just shows you that you don't know Japanese history at all. You know, they want to stretch one thing into another thing. And to me, like, as far as like the Resident Evil 5 thing, like, I'm gonna keep you. I don't care. Like, I already thought Resident Evil 4 reimagining was bad. Like, everyone calls them remakes. You're all fucking idiots. It's a reimagining. The director said it. I know it. The director's an asshole. I've already said this again. And fun fact, they didn't even want to reimagine 4. They don't want to reimagine 5. Let that sink in. Like, I actually don't think they're going to reimagine 5. And from leaks that I've seen, there is no mention of an RE5 reimagining. So let that sink in. The dev team actually doesn't want to do reimaginings. The director doesn't want to touch it because he's a woke idiot. So the likelihood, the only thing is, Capcom for sure wants to do it purely for the money. So that's why it's very 50-50. Like, everything's pointing to no, but at the end of the day, Capcom likes money, and the reimaginings at the end of the day, they are selling. Me personally, I don't even care for, like, I'm already disappointed before. 5 is my favorite game. You guys, I didn't even say shit like, homie, I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for Resident Evil 5. Like, I suck that game's dick to this day. I don't even want to touch the reimagining. I'll get way too, I've already seen people who love 3, they can't stand 3, and the reimagining of 3 is my favorite one, but I could see why they fucking can't stand it. It's like, I'm like, dude, there's no way in hell I could pay even more than, no, it'll be on Game Pass, and then I could be less pissed. But I refuse to give money for them spitting on one of my favorite games of all time. Like, for me personally, I'm just too attached to a fan. Like, to me, it means way too much, and where I am as a gamer, like, I don't even want to hear shit. I don't want to see anything. I'm gonna get too butthurt because, like, dude, Sheva's one of the greatest. Like, low key, there's a moment, I won't spoil it, but there was a moment and with Sheva, that shit hit, bro. Wesker is one of my favorite villains to this motherfucking day. That game means so much to me. And they're going to fucking butcher the shit out of it. Gameplay and story-wise. And that's why, like, no, I can't touch it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. You know, it's like seeing your baby get... Good example, the directors for Resident Evil, one of them was Shinji Mikami. He never played a Resident Evil game he's never made. He finally played 5 after 14 years, and even he was like, you know what? This is actually pretty good. And let that sink. And that's someone from the creator. I have the same mindset. That's what it's like when you're truly passionate, man. You can't stand someone truly to spit on your shit. And the dude agreed because the other guy was a co-director, Hideki Kamiya, and they had disagreements. And he's like, you know what? I think he ended off the series not half bad. You know? And I agree. I think Resident Evil should have just stopped at 5 outside of Revelations 2, which is the exception. Same with Revelations 1. No, I'm gonna be honest. Resident Evil 5 was, like, in my opinion, the last really good RE game. RE6 is good for mercenaries, but not a great RE in story or anything else. But it had a lot of potential. After that, 7 or whatever it's called, garbage. Village, better, but it gives me a fucking headache. Still garbage. The new one, 9 or whatever, it's gonna be Omega garbage. Like, right now, anyone knows me as a Resident Evil fan, and a lot of you guys see my huge Resident Evil fan base in my YouTube. We kind of, at this point, we gave up. We're treating it like Star Wars. Like, to you guys normies, hey, have fun. As long as it gets you to the old series, we're happy. But to us, we've been spit in the face way too much to be like, yeah, no, oh, Resident Evil 4 reimagining, oh, we're not gonna cut so much content, oh, 8 separate ways, we're gonna charge. I'm like, you're already charging $70 and cutting content for this mediocre garbage. That this is a dude who went to, I still gotta work on my review, so I'm not gonna talk about RE4 reimagining. But it's like, just no. So the fact that this whole controversy said that's its own thing, right? IGN, whatever, because they're fucking morons. And here's the last part to end the sweet note is that Chris was originally, I mean, it was rumored that he was going to be in the trailers. It was just him. And then they added Sheva so they wouldn't get controversy. But it's just a rumor. I don't know what is true, but it shows you they cared. And then a lot of they had an interview, and even the voice actress and the model actress was like, oh no, this game is not racist or anything. If you guys actually get it, there's culture, this and that, like, you know, they're getting into it. And even other people they were talking to. And I even have the director's cut. And no, you can feel the passion. Like, the thing, this is what Japanese games, you guys want to know why they're not as racist? Think about it. You've been cut off for years, and then you go into the new generation and technology. You want to see these other cultures. Street Fighter 2 is the epitome of that. Some of them can be archetypal, or maybe a bit racist. There's a dude who even no, but here's the thing. Japan cared so much. But here's the thing. They were fair. They like, we know we're gonna have a stereotypical sumo wrestler and a stereotypical Japanese guy. It's fair. They acknowledged that they didn't know much about the world. But every time they had a new character, they decided to go more and more knowledgeable. And one of the best examples is T-Hop. Like, everything, oh, he's stereotypical, but they hired an actual Native American to give their critique. It's like, no, don't do this headband because that's for chiefs. And they don't go out like that. So that's why he doesn't have the stereotypical, you know, giant head. And he's right. So, and that's why they've gotten better. And even in Street Fighter 6, Luke, Kimberly, and Jamie had like they had people were saying, oh, their work because they had people approve if they're Asian. No, they had actual people who look at people's faces and who's had statistics. And yeah, I like Kimberly. She's one of my favorite representations of a black girl in a game or an anime. Sometimes they'll go too stereotypical. You guys know what I'm saying? Like they'll always go, oh, maybe big booty bitch or some shit, or bad bitch, or just stereotype. But no, she looks like a regular, like a cute little girl with dreads, right? Then she grows up. Maybe like Mars Daughter, they have dreads and they have cute cheeks, and then she grows up. That's what she like. You never see black girls like that. Ever. And then Luke does look like a generic white guy, but an accurate generic white guy. Like they actually, like the Japanese people, like, yeah, they're ignorant, but not out of choice, and they want to get better, and that's why their games are so good. Street Fighter 2, that's why people say, I agree, Street Fighter should not be called Street Fighter, it should be called the World Warrior. Because look at it, everybody comes from a different part of the world. Some might be a huge stereotype or this and that, but guess what? They give them character. You can tell they put a lot of love into them. And they actually learn about a lot of culture. A good example, Hakan, kind of racist, right? Like, oh, he's red, oily, and everything. Man's got a family, he's got story, And even people have said, good example, like, this is the thing I love about Street Fighter started too. How many of us made a character that's not even our fucking race? Almost everyone I've ever met. I have never, good example, I picked up Miguel. I think, because he's Spanish or Mexican. And King too. I don't mean either of them. I like them. I initially picked them, because, my race. But in reality, I'm like, I'm going to choose this white Swedish dude. I'm going to choose the Japanese motherfucker. Yo, man. No, fucking, like, for example, some of my favorite characters. I love Jax, black. Oh, Sean, black. Eddie Gordo, cool, black. Yeah. I tend to, it's weird. I choose fuckers who are whiter than me and blacker than me than fuckers who are my color. So, anyone who are on this race beating shit, this is why Japan, because I get it. I get that passion and soul. You want to see.
Oh, you don't man, because in Resident Evil 5, you play a white cop, and as the white cop, your main mission is to shoot all the black.
Hey.
So you go to Africa, and then you take your gun, and you load it with black nigger bullets, and then you kill all of them.
God damn. You see, look, he's black, so I'm not in trouble for that one. No!
Yeah,
And you know
No. As the black person in the group, I do want to bring this up.
No.
Hey, what about me?
See, you got me. Well, see,
I didn't even get to see that article either, though. I saw